Okay. I do believe I'm alive. I thought I'd be able to be more prepared. I hope it's working. Says I am. Okay. Hope the volume's working. So yeah, it's March 22nd, 2020, just after midnight here in the state of California, where we are under a state-imposed shelter in place. How's everybody doing? Yeah, it's a very interesting time that we are. Okay. I do believe that I am live. Okay, I think I got sound. I'm not sure. I'm gonna keep going though. Close that down. I feel like the internet's been lagging a little bit, which would make sense since there's a lot more people using it right now. So yeah, where do I want to begin? Here in the quiet state, all day long I thought, I haven't heard a police siren, any siren, all day long. I thought in my mind that's a good thing. I understand the reason why, which could be construed as not a good thing, and that we're being told to stay home for a reason. But I did finally hear the sirens just after the sun went down a couple times, but that was earlier, and it's been quite quiet since. So yeah, COVID-19. See here, I can do this. Yeah. I won't leave this up there. It's just a updating numbers and where. Okay, I like this one just because it's not too far. San Francisco's a couple hours away. It's pretty quiet. It looks. See a vehicle or two. Saturday night. I'm sure there'd be quite a bit of traffic, even at this time. I think that this is coming everywhere. This shelter in place. Makes sense. Clearly this stuff it's out. I look at the maps, see the maps of where it's at, and it's pretty much everywhere, every state. Sure, the numbers are small. Just the very idea that I'm seeing it everywhere. And we're seeing more and more, and that's because of the testing, which wasn't being done. And even now, it's very limited. I think this is coming to a neighborhood near you. It's very sobering. Look out. I'm looking out. I'm looking at this, what you're seeing there. Somebody's window, probably. Looking down. And the neighborhood there, downtown San Francisco. So, you know, my mind, you know, I'm wondering if this video will even be made up. I saw it was saying before the stream started that it may not remain because there's not enough humans to look over what people are posting because of this shelter in place. So I almost didn't even get up here. I'll take the chance. Who knows? I won't put it in the title. I don't know. Sometimes it seems so very, very real, and at other times I don't know. You know, maybe if I were standing in Italy in the hospital right now, I'd see it differently, but I mean, I don't see that here, and I realize that that's coming. If all of this is happening, then that's coming. It's not stopped. It's already out. I mean, it's in every state. As the testing grows, the numbers are going to grow. I've been following this since probably the middle of January. Just thereafter. And just what I saw at that point in time, my first thoughts were, okay, it's like everything needs to shut down, you know, like the airports, there's no traveling. But that hadn't happened yet. It just seems like this bizarre movie that's playing out, and there's so many elements to it that lead credence to that line of thinking. early on, the umbrella, the logo on the bioengineering facility there in Wuhan, China. I can say that, China. Been saying it ever since I was a little boy. Been seeing China. So in Wuhan, China, you have the facility and where they're working with this kind of crap. Make the world a better place, I am led to believe, told to believe. Their logo is the umbrella, and it looks exactly like the logo right out of the Resident Evil series of movies, video games. Yeah. And then you take the word Corona and you mix the letters around and you get Raccoon, which is the city in the films, the series, the franchise, Resident Evil. It's all about virus infecting humans, killing them. And that series, franchise, that's zombies, so that you come back. So that's why I guess I feel like there's this very surreal element to this. My mind is fighting with to rationalize. Am I being played? Are we all being played? If you know anything about me, you know that I listen to the music with an understanding that I am with God. Whatever God is, this isn't a conversation about what is God. We all have our own way of embracing something greater than all of this, that makes sense out of all of this, even when we can't. It's very surreal. I think people don't realize the magnitude of what's taking place. Again, I harken back to this whole the umbrella logo and the raccoon and the Corona, the same letters, all about virus released on the world. And here we are. Did it come from bats? Can I say bats? See, that's the other thing. You can't say anything anymore without offending somebody. Somebody out there is going to be offended. Doesn't matter who you are or what you say. There'll always be somebody out there that's going to be offended. That's a crappy world. It is, and it's. I say that because I don't feel like it's an issue that's being addressed. What does that have to do with any of this? It has a lot. I listen to the music with God. It's something that has been with me for most of my life. It wasn't until of late that I felt comfortable admitting that, sharing that. There's a conversation that's taking place with me and the music, which I perceive as God, the one, the all-knowing, the everything, love and hate in one. Can't have one without the other. They make each other, complete each other. I say that because I'm trying to make sense out of all this that's taking place right now. My heart goes out to all the people in Italy, all those families. I mean, can you imagine just like just out of the blue? Wake up and somebody that's been with you, been there, and they're gone. You didn't really get to say goodbye, not properly. Even that moment is being taken away. This, I feel, is not some bat. Much as I admire bats, I got no problem with bats. I'm not prejudiced against bats. I don't think it's bats. Sorry. Why are there any of these bioengineering facilities with this crap? I don't trust people. I want to. I do with all my heart. This world right now, I don't. I'm thinking of all these people out there in Florida, all those young ones out there on the beach. I saw the videos of the comments and remarks from a few of them, and I was just blown away. I was like, me being the person I am, I would have been out there sharing some choice words. How dare they? You, I, us, all of us, for the most part, begin the process of who you are, who you will be, begins with your parents. Where are your where are parents these days? Where have that's not the way to phrase it. Where have they been all these days? I was blown away, saddened when I saw that. All those young ones out there on the beaches there in Florida. I'm thinking Florida is like this state where the old folks go. A lot of them I see doing that. That's the thought in my mind. Go there to retire. The numbers are going to keep climbing. We haven't peaked yet. What I've been following, I get a sense that it's the males are being hit the hardest. Males. I saw some. I wish I could pull those pictures up. I should get rid of that. Let's see. Yeah. They're doing scans of the lungs over in China, people that have had this, and something about glass, some kind of a glass formation. I don't even begin to know what that's all about, but I don't know. So, and then my mind is thinking there's so many other things that are in motion right now. It's not just there's this virus. It's just all these other things that attached to it that have been put into motion because of this virus. Like right now, I'm in California. It's now going to be the third day of shelter in place, a state mandatory driven demand to stay home. Only those few that have reason, and those people know who they are, should be moving around and about. And this isn't the only state. There are a number of other states that have now put themselves in that place, and there are going to be more states sooner than later. This is not going away tomorrow. This has nothing to do with fear. This has to do with being real. I'm not a rocket scientist, and you don't need to be a rocket scientist to calculate out what's happening. This is a nasty virus. I'm of the camp that there are people in this world with the means to create a new world, a world that they see. We all do it. Don't you? I do. I dream every day, every moment in my mind, something better than this. How do I do that? How do I get there? Yeah, I wish I knew. So do you. I wish you wish you knew. We all wish we knew, but we're all doing that. We're all dreaming for something, for the means to be in a better place. Right now, this world, again, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to calculate all the things out to come to where I am, and that is that it's not right. Things are not right. There's too many variables that are out of place. So many that I don't think there ever will be. What does that mean? I think that means that there has to be like a reboot. Everything has to come to like a stop and then restarted. Kind of like right now where we're at here in California, where it's kind of come to a stop. And again, it's going to be that way. Uh-oh. Are they still alive? Yeah, my screen just went black. Flashed. Both, actually. I have two monitors here. They both went off. So I don't know what that was about. It's all meant to mess me up. My train of thought. A reboot. You have to start with a clean slate, chalkboard, fresh, clean. How do you do that? I think that there's a lot more minds thinking about that right now. Somebody put a comment on a video, and I laughed because it was funny, because it was true, but it was also I'm trying to think of the right words. Well, it was a thought that had to do with this moment right now where everybody shortly, for the moment it's in a few states, but all those people, millions, I think it was somewhere around 80 million people, they're all in their homes for the most part, and will be for a number of days, weeks even, who knows what's going to come in the coming days. But because of that, what are all these people doing with all this time that they now have? And I can't remember exactly what the comment was, but it was about, this is going to be remembered as a baby boom event. There's going to be a lot of babies. My screens. I wish I knew why my screens, because my screens don't normally flicker like that. Baby boom event, because there's going to be a lot of babies being born, because a lot of people are in together, spending time that they normally wouldn't have. And with the fear, the unknowing of what's coming, the not understanding what's happening, that just, I think that makes it easier to want to hold on to somebody. Back to these people who have the means to create a world that they envision. Because they are out there, and they've been writing books, they've been sharing this for decades, centuries. A plan. Depopulation. Gotta cull the herd. There's too many people, which I don't think that there are too many people. That's not the problem. I think there's plenty of resources on this world. If managed, that's the problem. They're not managed correctly. It's mismanaged, the resources. So much is wasted. And so much is taken. It's a very selfish world. Yeah. I don't want to get lost in that. I've been trying to find the compassion. I was mentioning, my heart goes out to all the people in Italy, and not just Italy, but everywhere in the world where this is happening. I want to believe in the good in man, but every day I'm continually shown something else. And I see this virus, whatever this is, as either this is it, there's no going back, and if it isn't, then it's a pre-run. This is like the pre-show. It's like a test run to see what happens, how the people motivate and work towards, like, shutting down all the airports and travel and shelter in place. I hope I'm wrong. I do. Why would I want any of this on anybody? I mean, I'm in fear for my life. I am. I'm an older male. The breathing, the lungs thing. I don't feel like I have the best breathing, and I feel like I felt this way for I guess it's been, I'd say, about 20 years, 33. When I was 33, I remember I went and saw a doctor about breathing and gave me the asthma stuff, whatever that stuff is, albuterol. I can't remember what it's called, but I did it one time. I never went and had it refilled. I just kind of learned to kind of accept and live with how my breathing was, because I've never felt like my breathing was 100% since that time in my life. And then after I had my surgeries a couple of years for the blood clots, it became even worse as far as that feeling goes. So I'm thinking about this virus, and it goes after breathing, respiratory, and males are more at risk than females, and so yeah, it's on my mind. I have a mother, she's 73, she has her health, and I worry about her. I'm worried about everybody. I think this is going to change us. It is changing us. Right now, it's changing me. I hope you guys are all somewhat prepared. See, that's the thing. I don't think people are prepared. Not very few, really, in the overall scheme of things. Sure, people have, a week or two food. But then beyond that, I think then you really find a lot of people that are going to be in need. And it's going to be a need that's not going to be fulfilled. And then amidst it all, there's this conversation that I'm having with God. Where I use Pandora to randomly generate a song shortly after I have been using my mind, my brain, to focus my thoughts on a question or an experience, like, say, what's happening right now in the world with coronavirus, what's that all about, and then press play, and then the song plays, and in my mind I'm focused with my thought that the song that's going to play is more than just a random song. It's a song that was sent, that was directed, that was guided to be played at that moment, at that time, for me, from God. Now, when I did this with, I've only thought about the coronavirus one time, and then asked or focused my thoughts with God, with Father, and pressed play, and the song that played, the first song, because I let it play for a couple songs, the first song that played, the title of the song was called Destiny. And I thought, wow, in my mind I'm thinking these thoughts, wow, that's a pretty clear answer, for one. It's very direct. You don't really need to examine it more. As far as it being an answer. Destiny. What's this all about, this coronavirus? Destiny. So when I hear that, see that, I'm thinking, okay, destiny, that means something's gonna come out of this. It's not over. Again, this was like back in January, around the middle of January. I posted it up on my Facebook page. Destiny. So I let it play. I thought I need a little bit more. Okay, destiny, that's clear. Is there any reason why it's our destiny to go through this? And the next song that played, the title, It's My Life. Again, wow, my mind is once again, I say once again, because this has been happening for a couple years now with the music. Just very clear and direct answers. You don't need to pick them apart and examine them. They're right there on the surface. They catch your eye right away. Wow. So I haven't asked God, spent time, and then went to the music to see if there were any thoughts that this presence, this intelligence wanted to share, because I felt like I got enough that out of just those first 2-3 songs I played, that it seemed pointless to spend my time thinking those thoughts and spending the time asking and listening to the music for answers. I felt like destiny meant that it's coming. You can't change it. You can't change destiny. So you need to prepare. You need to be ready as best you can. That's what I've been doing. I've been trying to share that with other people ever since. So much that my thoughts had not been able to focus on those other things that I was really getting focused on. They're still there, but this is kind of taken the stage right now. Because I'm watching this video. I have it on the screen in front of me, the San Francisco downtown area. And this is happening. I said Monday morning, and I said that because I don't know what I was listening to. Because I have had so many different videos running over the last month and a half or so. But that yesterday I had heard that mentioned at some point, that on Monday that was going to be released, that the whole nation would be put into shelter in place, which makes sense. I mean, it's going to happen, so why delay it? All you're doing is good as far as trying to contain the spread. Don't be half-assed about it, I guess. That's kind of another way of putting it. It just makes sense. And I think that when that happens, I think that all those people where it hasn't happened yet for them, they're going to... It puts you in a different state of mind. Because this doesn't happen. This is unreal. And I'm watching it. I'm a part of it. I'm here. And soon, so will you. All of us are going to be on the same page. That's, to me, a good thing. Not necessarily that we're all on the same page because of this virus, but that act of being on the same page is something that we rarely do. All of us on the same page. Doesn't happen. Right now we're getting closer to that point. I think Monday. I think it's going to come Monday. Maybe Tuesday. And I'm not smiling or... This is heavy. At times I get very emotional, I start to tear up. Just the realness of everything that's happening. This is us. This is us. All of us. A reflection of all of us. Our thoughts. This is what you get when you put them all together. You get this world that we're in right now, this moment that we're in right now. I thought we wouldn't get here. I did. You asked me back in December, I was on a completely different page. I'm looking at this video, this live stream of San Francisco, and there's nobody there. And the images in my mind back in December were of the streets here that I'm seeing. They would have been filled with people. Filled. Day and night. Over what was coming. This event that I could see, I could feel it in my heart and in my mind. Still do. Been put on hold. But all of it, everything that happens in our lives, it all makes so much sense. For me, I just said that this world, all of it right now, is a reflection of all of our thoughts, just put into this big pot, stewed all together, and this is what you get. And seeing the world where it is right now and the events that have transpired since December, for me, it's like all makes sense. I feel very connected to it emotionally. I haven't been thinking in my mind of, virus would be good for the world. No, but in my heart, I have been. There's been a war. Which is what's happening right now with this virus in our bodies. It's a war. And I'm seeing it taking place outside of myself. It's manifesting in the world. That's a scary thing. At least for me, I'm thinking that because I'm thinking I don't want to think thoughts and think thoughts knowing that my thoughts are adding to the creation of the reality around me. That's a hard one for everybody, to get everybody on that same page. That's why I say this virus right now is putting us on the same page. I think good things are going to come of this. It's not, like I have said, it's not over. We haven't peaked. We're just getting started. We're just now starting to see the explosion part. But in the end, I do see us as a changed people, and I think we're going to be more driven for something better than what we've had. I haven't had the music too loud. I like the music. I don't know who it is. I tried Shazamming it, and I got somebody Lopez. But when I pulled that up, it was in Spanish, and the guy was like giving a sermon or something. I don't know what he was saying, but the music that you hear was the music. And the music I heard was it was playing on this San Francisco live cam, which I liked. I think I asked the person, because he happened to be there, with who it was. They knew, and all they said that they listen to it when they sleep. And I thought about that, and it does help going to sleep. But most people like listening to it when they go to sleep. I like listening to it when I'm awake. This kind of music, it puts me into a certain frame of mind. I feel more creative. And my thoughts are more genuine. They're not scattered. They're easier to reflect on. You have something like this playing. Wow, I've been here for almost an hour. I gotta come back and do day 4 or in a few more days. I don't know. I'm thinking about a lot, and I'm sure you guys are all thinking about a lot. I'm worried about the people being safe because they haven't planned, and I understand that. How can you plan for tomorrow when you barely have enough for today? If you have enough for today, because there's quite a few that don't even have that. The homeless are not dwindling in numbers, they're rising. And something like this is only destined to put more people in that place of being homeless. People just don't understand what's coming, what this is causing, and has the potential to cause the collapse. The money, everything that people rely on, that they may not have it today, but some things will be there tomorrow or next month or next week, payday type thing. But when that's not there anymore, or SSI payments or unemployment payment or welfare, any type of aid is not there, what happens to those people? And I don't know the numbers, but I know that there are a lot of people in that boat. A lot. I'm going to keep on hoping and wishing and dreaming a dream that I've been dreaming my entire life. one that involves everyone. From as far back as I can remember, as young as I was, the thought, the vision, the dream I had, whatever it was going to be, was one that involved everyone. Involved UFOs, aliens. I don't like sound like I'm surprised I even said that, aliens. I think it's because I heard somebody talking about that, and they don't care for that, using it that way either. 'Cause I've always referred to life of that sort as being extraterrestrial or even interterrestrial. As we begin to realize that reality is not set to what you see in front of you. There's many levels, many dimensions, parallel, infinite. I'm of that boat, which that's a pretty big thought to grasp and put your mind on and hold tight to. It's easier to just kind of let that one go. But I'm of that sort of mind. I'm gonna keep focusing on the dream. And yeah, E.T. I got my Looney Tunes UFO shirt on. They're camping. I turned around on the back, they're hiding in the tent. They're all crammed in there. I'm still doing videos. I'm doing a lot of things right now. This coronavirus thing is definitely kind of changed the tone, the tempo of my step, but I'm just taking it one day at a time. That's all we can do. Something big is coming. I don't think it's necessarily this, because this is huge, and if I let that paranoid part of my mind go, I can find many reasons for why there's a class of people out there that are setting a plan into motion. It just seems that way. It kind of feels that way. I know what it was. I saw it was about Hawaii, and I think it was on their like a news, or I don't know if it was